to know why more people are not talking about how these two men are connected in multiple different ways. When I say multiple ways, I mean multiple different ways. These two men are connected for two extremely different crimes and scenarios. So let's get deep diving into this and talk about it, because this is absolutely insane, and I don't know why no one has talked about this, so we're going to talk about it. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss all the news, all the updates, all the tea, all the drama, and all the stuff that obviously other people don't tell you, because why have we not heard about this? Let's get into it. For the first thing, that's not as big of a deal as the second thing, because the second thing is so crazy and big, I don't even know how we haven't heard of it. But these two men are apparently going to the same federal prison. So they're going to be in the exact same prison, to the point where people have joked about, hey, Luigi, we have something you need to take care of. You know, if you catch my drift. But and that is not the only connection these two men have, but they are going to be allegedly in the same federal prison until their sentences have been heard by a jury, which I don't know when either one of those will be. I do know that Luigi was saw in court yesterday with his lawyer, Karen, and he pled not guilty. And let me tell you, Karen absolutely did an amazing job talking about his case already and putting the bug in the court's ear of how his perp walk was unconstitutional, how she didn't even know why the mayor was there. It was to make him look better. Like, she absolutely ate them up in her comments yesterday. If I can find the video that I had, I will place it next so you can watch that, or you can just skip through to the next part, but I'll put it here for you just in case you want to see that. But she did such a good job.
I'd like to make a record, if that's okay with Your Honor. First, we'd request immediate expedited discovery in this case. The people have had this case for about almost 3 weeks, and that's more than enough time to gather as much information as they can give to us, especially now that we have two proceedings that we have to answer to, one of them being death eligible. So we are requesting that we get immediate discovery of the New York City Police Department and FBI and federal and state documents. And the second thing I want to make a record of, Your Honor, is I'm very concerned about my client's right to a fair trial in this case. He's being prejudiced by some statements that are being made by government officials. Like every other defendant, he's entitled to a presumption of innocence. But unfortunately, the way this has been handled so far, his rights are being violated. And as you know, Your Honor, there's a wealth of case law guaranteeing his right to a fair trial. But none of the safeguards have been put in place yet here. In fact, it's just the opposite of what's been happening. He's a young man, and he is being treated like a human ping pong ball between two warring jurisdictions here. These federal and state prosecutors are coordinating with one another, but at the expense of him. They have conflicting theories in their indictments, and they are literally treating him like he is like some sort of political fodder, like some sort of spectacle. He was on display for everyone to see in the biggest staged perp walk I've ever seen in my career. It was absolutely unnecessary. He's been cooperative with law enforcement. He had been in custody for over a week. He waived extradition. He was cooperative at all accounts. There was no reason for the NYPD and everybody to have these big assault rifles that, frankly, I had no idea was in their arsenal. And to have all of the press there, the media there, it was like perfectly choreographed. And what was the New York City mayor doing at this press conference, Your Honor? That just made it utterly political. And as Your Honor knows, under Lauro v. Charles, the Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit has held it to be clearly established that these staged perp walks to the media, unrelated to a legitimate law enforcement objective, is unconstitutional. And I submit there was zero law enforcement objective to do that sort of perp walk. There's absolutely no need for that whatsoever. And frankly, Your Honor, the mayor should know more than anyone about the presumption of innocence that he too is afforded when dealing with his own issues. And frankly, I submit that he was just trying to detract from those issues by making a spectacle hypothetical of Mr. Mangione, and there are consequences to this. He has a right to a fair trial, and I just want to put on the record statements that the mayor made publicly about my client. Nothing saying alleged, for example, and he said, I wanted to send a strong message with the police commissioner that we're leading from the front. I'm not going to just allow him to come into our city. I wanted to look him in the eye and state, you carried out this terrorist act in my city, the city of New York that I love, and he wanted to show symbolism. Your Honor, he's not a symbol. He's somebody who is afforded the right to a fair trial. He's innocent until proven guilty. And the mayor was talking to jurors, future potential jurors that elected him. Those are the people that elected him, that he is talking to and calling this man a terrorist. So, Your Honor, I just want to make a record of this and put everyone on notice that this has to stop. And my client is entitled to a fair trial and the presumption of innocence. And we're going to fight these charges, whether it's in the state or federal, to the fullest extent. Thank you, Your Honor.
Now, let's talk about the second way these two men are connected. Now, I'm not going to try to say either one of their last names because I don't want to screw it up, but this is Karen, this is Luigi's lawyer, this is Mark, this is Sean Diddy's lawyer, okay? Now, yesterday in court, apparently Mark was seen at court with Karen. Why is that, you may ask? Because Sean Diddy's lawyer is working with Karen on Luigi's case. Well, why would he be doing that? Why would Diddy's lawyer be working with Karen? Because allegedly, these two are married. Sean Diddy's lawyer is married to Luigi Mangione's lawyer. Can you talk about the income that household is bringing in with two high-profile lawyers like that? That is insane, and that may be helpful in Sean Diddy's case because now he has two very, very good lawyers, as well as Luigi's case, because obviously Luigi's lawyer's husband was there at the court with her, so they have to obviously be working in somewhat cahoots together on this thing. So that gives him two really, really good lawyers working on his case. I don't know why no one has talked about this. I have looked it up and it looks to be legit. It looks like they are actually married and together. They do have the same last name. They have been seen together. So, I mean, it would make sense that they are married. This news article even says the power couple reportedly met with Mangione before his arraignment, meaning Mark and Karen both met with Luigi before he pled not guilty to his charges. They also drove together to see Luigi in jail in Pennsylvania earlier this week. So it looks like Mark, the husband, is working more with Karen on Luigi's case than Karen is working on Sean Diddy's case with Mark as of now. But either way, that is an absolute insane connection that these two men have, and multiple connections that these two men have. When we get any updates on this case, I'll be sure to let you know. So hit that follow button so you don't miss a single thing. Also, you can go over to my Instagram and I put all of the articles that I use for reference over there on my story. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye.